Tonight on Wareham Viking News at 5, a local New Bedford girl has been reported missing. What are people doing to help find her? Lots of things are happening around the high school. Find out all about them right here. And the Grand Marshal of the Veterans Day Parade will be receiving his historical sash today from the Veterans Council right here on our show. All this and more coming up at 5 o'clock.
Live from the WCTV studios in Wareham, this is Wareham Viking News.
Wareham Viking News at 5 starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to Wareham Viking News. Thanks for being with us today on our live news show. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and remember to join us Wednesdays at 5 p.m. or on YouTube later tonight for our news broadcasts. Well, with that, let's get right into this week's local news. A New Bedford local 18-year-old, Jalasia Finkley, was recently reported missing 8 days ago. Finkley is 5'3", approximately 110 pounds, and has brown hair with blonde streaks. She has hazel eyes, a birthmark on the right side of her cheek, and tattoos on her shoulder blades and front torso. She was reportedly seen last on October 20th in New Bedford around 4 to 5 p.m. and last texted a friend that night saying that she was meeting a man named Louis Barboza. Barboza, who also goes by the name Louis Barboza, was last seen on Route 44 going towards the Middleborough Police Department in a white pickup truck, possibly with Jalasia, but has apparently been using rental cars and may have shaved his beard to hide his identity. Her family is very worried about her and has filed a missing persons report saying that she would not run away from home. Throughout this scary ordeal, we have seen tremendous support from the local community, with many people posting Jalasia's name and details on social media in the hopes that she will soon be returned home. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the New Bedford Police at 508-991-6360 or the Mashpee Wampanoag Police Department at 774-361-6045. Well, if you've driven around town lately, you've probably noticed that many cranberry bogs are harvesting their cranberries. Another great part of fall in Massachusetts. The region's cranberry harvest takes place each fall, usually wrapping up by the end of October. Though the fruit can be dry harvested with growers using a picking machine to collect the berries, the eye-catching bogs come to life during a wet harvesting. During this process, the bogs are flooded with water while the fruit is then beaten off the vine with berries to float to the surface, where they're gathered and loaded onto delivery trucks. Last weekend, this was happening everywhere around town, and it really is a beautiful sight to see. Ocean Spray, one of the largest cranberry companies in the world who takes cranberries and turns them into goods such as cranberry raisins, juices, and more, is headquartered right in Middleborough, Massachusetts. Bringing in an annual revenue of $2 billion a year, Ocean Spray is a large factor in the success of our local cranberry growers. And you may have heard of the cranberry spill on the highway, but take a look over at the spill on Tohonet the other day. This photo was captured by Rob Orn. These cranberry trucks really need to keep the hatch closed. The local Wareham Community Youth Empowerment Group is hosting a virtual information session open to all Wareham middle and high school students and parents on Wednesday, November 4th from 7 to 8 p.m. This is an information session to inform all local youth of what the Community Youth Empowerment Group can teach them about a wide range of subjects, including financial literacy, college preparation, and mental health awareness and leadership. The Community Youth Empowerment Group is a nonprofit organization that aims to provide young people with skills, knowledge, and guidance from a realistic perspective from former students with a variety of educational backgrounds. And they also offer educational workshops, tutoring, a mentorship program, volunteering services, and much more. A link to the virtual information session will be provided to students interested via Wareham High School and the Community Youth Empowerment Group. Those who attend will also have a chance to win $50. Anyone who wishes to participate is encouraged to contact Community Youth Empowerment Group by the email at warehamcye@gmail.com. Veterans Day is right around the corner, and with organizers of the Veterans Day events are not quite ready to give up this year without a fight. This year, the events will be happening virtually due to COVID-19. Lieutenant Colonel Matt Stanton and Bob White are spearheading the virtual events this year. Many members of the community came to record speeches for the ceremony, such as Superintendent of Schools Dr. Kimberly Shaverhood, State Representative Susan Gifford, and even Wareham High School student Ava Sullivan. The virtual Veterans Day ceremony filmed right here in our WCTV studio is sure to be a great way to support our local veterans. Also, in a little bit, we will have some special guests joining us to partake in a very special Veterans Day ceremony right here, live on Wareham Viking News. Election Day is coming up next week across the country, but many people have voted early this year or participated in alternative ways of casting their ballot. To cover all of these ways of voting and discuss all you need to know about the upcoming election, Wareham Viking News' Laura Clements has the story for us.
Early voting and mail-in voting has begun in Wareham. If you are a Wareham resident, you have several voting options available to you. You can go to the town hall ahead of time and vote in person. You can vote in person on Election Day, or fill out mail-in ballots and mail them in. Voting ahead of time in person is available until October 29th at 6 p.m. You can put your mail-in ballots in the drop box near the town hall or turn them in on Election Day. The town hall ballot box will be locked overnight due to concerns over security. This is the state's recommendation to make certain all ballots will count. If you want to drop off your ballot, the box will be unlocked from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. from now until Election Day. A lot of these methods are available for the first time during this election. You may be wondering how Election Day itself will work this year. Town Administrator Derek Sullivan said people participating in alternate voting methods still expects Election Day on November 3rd to bring crowds to all the voting precincts, including the town hall. Some town hall employees have expressed concerns over the crowds, leading Sullivan to announce that he will allow any employee who is concerned to use paid time off that day. That means that there may be service interruptions or longer waits for town hall tasks. If you can go vote ahead of time, please go, Sullivan said. A reminder that if you are voting in person on Election Day, Precinct 1 and Precinct 6 will vote at the town hall, Precincts 4 and 5 will vote at the Redmond Hall on Main Street, and Precinct 2 and 3 will vote at the Old Hammond School in Onset.
Thank you, Laura, for that great report. We're going to a short commercial break, but when we come back, we have all your Wareham High School happenings. The WHS student who received a very prestigious honor, and the live Grand Marshal ceremony right here on Wareham Viking News, coming up right after this break.
Welcome to the brand new Wareham Viking News website, where you'll find news, sports, and more. Here's how to navigate our website. You'll begin by loading onto our homepage. At the top, you'll see some pictures, and right below, you can subscribe to our blog to get constant updates when we post articles. You can also search the blog for specific news reports that you're looking for. This will target keywords in each article to help you find the one you're looking for. Down here, you can click any of the articles that you would like to read. We have all our articles down here, and you can also click more posts to see even more. You can contact us down here with tips for news reports, and also organize which news reports we've done by category. So say you want to read our sports reports, you can hit sports and read all the sports reports we have. And that is how to navigate our website.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for being with us tonight. It is October 28th, our 4th episode of Wareham Viking News. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and you're watching Wareham Viking News. We have lots coming up for you, but before all that, we'd like to welcome some special guests we have in the studio today. Here is Julio Rodriguez with the Grand Marshal Sash. Is Jim Bruce and Steve Baptiste.
Good evening. My name is Stephen M. Baptiste. I was 5 years ago I stood here receiving my sash, and it was quite an honor. And today we're honoring Julio Rodriguez, who I've known since he was a baby. And he's a great guy. He's a retired military Air Force airman, and he's conducting himself in a very gentleman way, no matter which way it is. He's been contributing to Veterans Affairs throughout the years, and he's an honor to be the Grand Marshal. Jimmy?
And I'm Jim Bruce, born and brought up in Wareham proudly, and spent most of my, if not all my career here with my local lumber business. I served in Vietnam in 1968 for about 4 months before getting hit, and having worked with the Navy and then the battlefield Marine Corps Division. But I just want to say this is I think I was the third Grand Marshal, and it was a privilege and a wonderful day. And all of these folks who are working on all of this to celebrate this period of time are just wonderful. And thank you all for remembering us.
I'm Julio Roderick. I just want to thank the committee for picking me to be the Grand Marshal, and I'm just happy to follow in the footsteps of these two gentlemen that I've known for many years. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you.
That was awesome. We'd like to thank our special guests for being here today and sharing this very special moment with the people of Wareham. We're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, we have lots more news for you, including information behind the upcoming PSAT test at the high school and the prestigious honor one high school student JROTC received. All this and more coming up after this short break.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome to the morning show.
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 Welcome to the new morning show.
Have a Wareham Viking weekend. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Emma Arcaro, and you're watching Wareham Viking News.
Wareham's exclusive news show for all about the Wareham happenings in our town. We have some great segments coming up for you, but first, what's going on at the high school this week? Wareham High School will be hosting a virtual open house for students and parents on Thursday, October 29th. This will occur from 6 to 8 p.m. and will allow students and parents to ask teachers and school staff questions about the learning model, remote classes, or general questions about the school. Students are very much encouraged to attend if they have any questions about this year, and it is important to be informed in this difficult time. The link will be distributed by Wareham High School to those interested. Those who wish to participate can contact any member of the high school staff to learn more. It's obvious that testing all of these kids looks a little different this year, and the PSAT is no different. PSAT stands for Preliminary Standardized Aptitude Test. Each fall, high school students enrolled in English 11 and 10 participate in PSAT testing, offering an opportunity to practice for the SAT and for a chance to qualify for National Merit Scholarships. Students are tested in two areas, reading and mathematics, with a maximum score of 1520 points in total. The duration of the test is about 3 hours and 30 minutes, and this year, students are divided into 3 groups. Testing for all remote students has already occurred on October 14th. Hybrid students with last names L through Z will test this Thursday, October 29th in the gymnasium, and hybrid students with last names A through K will test on January 26th. Anyone with questions is encouraged to email the Vice Principal, Ms. Kavicki, at kavicki@wareham.k12.ma.us. Last week, a Wareham High School student, Keegan Cahill, received a very prestigious award for his service in JROTC. Wareham Viking News covered the story for you, and we have the full scoop right now.
So on behalf of Dr. Shabo Hood and Mr. Palladino and some first class Bailey, we are here to recognize Keegan's amazing efforts over the past 3.5 years. All right? But at least since I've been here and since Sergeant Bailey's been here, we have never had anyone earn the achievement of the Legion of Valor. And basically, it's 1 out of every 4,000 cadets across the country. We really appreciate all of your efforts. We think this is an award that is so well deserved, and we really appreciate your dedication, and we are so excited about the future for you. We know you're going to make such a huge impression, no matter what it is that you decide to do in the future.
JROTC has been hugely influential in my life. I mean, it's really been my guiding, It's really been my guiding class in high school. I mean, I've always had an interest in the military, but I think JROTC has done its job of, making me a better citizen, a better leader, definitely, certainly that. Through my involvement in, numerous extracurricular activities or teams or simple projects or whatever it may be, it's given me a chance to really hone in on, what I'm good at and what I enjoy to do, and it turns out it's leadership. And absolutely, I couldn't have done it without the help of Sergeant Bailey and Colonel Stanton. They've been huge in this whole process, of course, my entire family as well. But overall, yeah, it's been a great 4 years. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'd do it all over again. So thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations to Keegan. Wareham Middle School has recently announced that the fall season of CARE classes from October 26th to February 11th will occur remotely. CARE is the name given to federally funded Massachusetts 21st Century Community Learning Centers. The purpose of this program is to support additional learning time for students before and after school, as well as during the summer, to provide creative and academically engaging enrichment opportunities that will build on collegiate and workforce readiness and success. This fall, they are offering 4 new and exciting classes, including Wildlife Club, which will encourage students to explore nature through hands-on activities, and Crafting Club, a class which will show students how to craft with fiber arts, paper things from nature, and other things that they can find around their houses. In addition to these 2 clubs, the CARE program is also offering academic support where students can get help with their academics and support for their remote learning, and Camp Invention, where participants will receive a box in the mail with 4 invention modules. All students participating will receive materials they will need for their remote classes. The registration form can be found on the school website, and for more information, parents can contact Fawn Duelis at wareham.k12.ma.us. Well, the weather has been very up and down lately, but as we get into the fall season, what are temperatures looking like this week? Our weatherman Alex Burdick is going to help you plan out your entire week right now. Alex, how's the weather looking this week?
Yeah, Emma, you can definitely tell it's fall now. Let's talk about yesterday first. It was a pretty chilly fall day throughout, with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 49. Pretty cloudy and windy with humidity anywhere from the 50s to 90s. Today's high is 57 with a low of 42. There's a 100% chance of rain, which is supposed to have passed at around 12 or 1 in the afternoon. With the rain today, it's also pretty cloudy today, and today's moon phase is waxing gibbous. Tomorrow's another rainy day, expected from about 12:30 in the afternoon and on. At about 6:30 a.m., it'll hit 43 degrees, which is our low, and at about 1 p.m. it will be 50 degrees, which is our high for the day. The winds will be in range from 8 miles per hour to 17 miles per hour, possibly dusting over 40 miles per hour during the night. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the 7-day forecast. The day after tomorrow, Friday, is unfortunately another rainy day, with a steady shower in the morning that continues into the afternoon. The high is going to be 45 and the low is going to be 29, a below freezing night. Saturday is Halloween, and oh boy does it look like a good one. With a full moon that will happen again in 19 years and not too cold temps for trick-or-treaters. No rain either, fortunately. Only sunny days and cloudy nights. Halloween will have a high of 49 and a low of 37. Sunday is November 1st, which is also daylight savings, so don't forget to turn those clocks back and get your extra hours sleep. Unfortunately, we slipped back into rain in the afternoon with a high of 61 and low of 39. Monday through Friday looks clear of rain, with next week, Monday through Friday looks clear of rain, with Monday being partly cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 26. Tuesday is Election Day, which is mostly sunny with a high of 45 and a low of 32. Then Wednesday is a bright and sunny day that has a high of 54 and low of 44, with a clear night perfect for stargazing. The week after is filled with partly cloudy days and temps from the mid-50s to low 60s and humidity from 75 to 90. The traffic today is pretty casual. We have some traffic on Route 6 heading to Marion, and the usual traffic when you're trying to go to Boston or Providence. And your trivial question for the week is, and it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Who does Linus mistake for a Great Pumpkin? Is it A, Snoopy, B, Charlie Brown, C, Sally, or D, Marcy?
Snoopy!
Woodstock. And it's A, Snoopy. I'm Alexander Bird, and this is your Wareham Viking News Weather Report. Back to you, Emma.
COVID-19 is back on the rise. The second wave looks like it's coming slowly but surely. Wareham is surrounded by high-risk communities, and Wareham Public Schools has reported 3 cases among student and faculty. Wareham Viking News Indiana Troop has all this information and more for us.
Thank you, Emma. Now, as you probably know, COVID-19 is on the rise throughout the whole country, and especially right here in Massachusetts. Boston Public Schools have switched from hybrid to virtual learning, and many schools are considering doing the same. In addition to that, many communities are going up in their risk level from yellow to red, green to yellow, or gray to green. Let's take a look at some of these changes. This is the most recent map the state of Massachusetts published. So you can see Wareham here. Here's a little information. Total case count in Wareham is at 278. 2-week case count is at 24. That's 12 cases per week, an average of 12 cases per week. And the average case rate per 100,000 is 7.2 cases. So this is the number that determines the risk level if it's red or yellow or green. What that level needs to get up to is an 8. So if that number gets up to an 8, that means Wareham is bumped from a yellow to a red risk community. You can see some other red towns all around us. New Bedford remaining in the red, Acushnet, Fairhaven, Mattapoisett, Fall River, Westport, all these towns. You can see a lot of red, and this is very new. There was not this many yellow towns or green towns or red towns. This is fairly recent in the past few weeks that this has been going up like this. Halloween is also coming up, and that's something to be very careful about. With a holiday like this one, where your kid or your kid's friend may feel completely fine when going out to trick-or-treat or going to a party, they may have symptoms that could infect a lot of people and cause a lot of things to happen, like reverting to phase 3, step 1, and possibly going virtual for the schools. And speaking of the schools, recently they released some new data in regards to the people that have tested positive there. The last time we were on the air, only one teacher had been infected with the virus. Now you can see 2 employees of Wareham Public Schools have contracted the virus and 1 student has tested positive. This is as of most recently today. These numbers are frequently updated, but who knows what will come with the week. You can also see that out of the 2,038 students that attend Wareham Public Schools, 735 are remote, fully remote. That's almost half of the students in Wareham Public Schools that have opted to do remote learning this year. Theme of this all, be careful when you're going out. Stay safe, everyone. And from Wareham Viking News, I'm Indiana Troop. Back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Indiana. Now it's time for our new segment, Word of the Week. Highlights a word chosen by our staff weekly. This week's word is rambunctious. Rambunctious means noisy and lacking in restraint and or discipline. For example, it was rambunctious of me to scream woohoo into the controller headsets at the end of the show last week. I think I gave my sister Indiana and I temporary hearing loss, to be honest. My left ear feels weird every time I think about it. Up next, we have Laura Clements with you, Wareham Viking News Sports Report. So stay tuned because we'll be right back after this short break.
Up in Canada, ice summer, neck. Count up a check. Ice summer, neck. Count up a check. Ice on my neck, that's incoming. I'm a pretty boy, I'm stunning. Super speed Sonic, I'm running. Super speed Sonic, I'm running. Call me Big Papa, I'm Sonic. I spot the dick when she want it. I'm a bad boy, make lovin'. I'm a bad boy, make lovin'.
Welcome back to Wareham Viking News, everyone. I'm your host, Emma R. Carroll, and as we wrap up today's episode, we have one more exciting segment for you. We have plenty to inform you about the world of sports this week. Let's go over to Laura Clements, Wareham Viking News Chief Sportscaster, with your daily dose of the world of sports. Laura?
Thank you, Emma. Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Clements, and welcome to this week's Viking Sports Report. Yesterday, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 6 of the World Series to win the series. It was their first title since 1988. This is Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers ace, first World Series ring. Corey Seager, shortstop for the Dodgers, was named World Series MVP. The NFL season starts Week 8 tomorrow with a game between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The Falcons have a 1-6 record, and the Panthers possess a 3-4 record. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a 5-2 record after defeating the Raiders this past Sunday. In a surprising move, the team signed wide receiver Antonio Brown yesterday. They face the New York Giants next Monday for Monday Night Football. The New England Patriots play their next game this Sunday, November 1st at 1 p.m. They are facing the Buffalo Bills, also of the AFC East. This follows a brutal 33-6 loss to the San Francisco 49ers this past Sunday. The Bills have a 5-2 record compared to the Patriots' 2-4 record. Now back to you, Emma.
Awesome, Laura. All good stuff to hear. Well, it's that time, everyone. I can't believe it's been a half an hour already. To keep up on all current Wareham news throughout the week, visit www.warehamvikingnews.com and like us on Facebook at Wareham Viking News. Make sure to continue to tune in Wednesday evenings for our live broadcast at 5 p.m. or on Thursdays for our read broadcast at 9 a.m. right here on WCTV for your best source of news, sports, weather, traffic, and more. Thanks for being with us, and until next time, goodbye, Wareham.